right, so I had exactly 63 days until I turned 24. Now, for the next 63 days, I'm not going to be focused on the 63 days. Instead, I'm going to be focused on the repetitions, the habits, the inputs that create the outputs. That way, I can become the man I always wish to become by the time I'm 24. There's a lot of things that I did wrong. It's a lot of things that I did right. But what I realized over these past few months, really over these past few years, is that if you stick with something long enough, there's no way that it can't work. The only reason that it doesn't work is because you became impatient or you got bored and you stopped. So with anything, if you can stay consistent, you'll have whatever outcome you desire to have. So for me, these next 63 days, moment by moment, every day, is about me becoming. It's about me being consistent. It's about me understanding who I'm trying to be and where I am now and just closing that gap, filling that gap. So it's going to determine, for one, it's going to determine who I will be on my 24th birthday and going forward. So that's why it's the next 63 days will determine the next 24 plus years of my life. Focusing on my health, focusing on getting closer to God, focusing on getting closer to my family, focusing on making more money, focusing on, just building a community and understanding my purpose in this world. Because I could have sworn I just turned 21 like 2 years ago. That's what it felt like. And it seemed like I just turned 23 a few months ago when I went to Puerto Rico. But like I said, in less than 63 days, I'll be 24. So it shows me how fast time moves. Time waits for nobody. So you just gotta constantly be looking to improve yourself, be looking to improve your life in some area. So I'm not gonna make this video long. I just want to get straight to the point because right now I'm at the pivotal age where a lot of men, a lot of people in general, either intentionally become better or neglect themselves, and you look and you see them in their 30s, in their 40s, and you wonder what happened. So, and that can be a two-sided coin. I mean, there's two sides to every coin. It's like, damn, what happened? Like in a bad way, or like, damn, what happened? Like how did you do it? So I'd rather be on the how did you do it spectrum rather than damn, like what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, just trying to stay focused. I think, like I said in my previous video, just keeping God first is probably going to be the most important thing. I know there's a scripture somewhere in Ecclesiastes basically talking about how everything, in Ecclesiastes is in the Bible if anyone didn't know, but basically how almost everything is vanity and vexation of spirit. So basically talking about how everything that we do, everything that we chase, everything that we aspire to become or aspire to accomplish is in vain, it's empty, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about God, and it's about, serving our purpose in this world. So I don't want to necessarily chase money or look for the flyest car or have the cleanest clothes, because it's all vanity and vexation of spirit. Because at any given time, of course, I would love to see my 24th birthday, but that's out of my control. That's a contributing factor that's out of my control. Who's to say anything can happen between today and my 24th birthday, or just, between today and tomorrow? Every day isn't promised. So just maximizing every day, becoming sharper every day. It's a lot of things that have to be removed. Trying to focus on that 20% that produces 80% of the results rather than focusing on all the noise, all the distractions. I'm still logged out of Instagram, and I think that's actually a really healthy habit of mine, like staying off social media when I can, and when I do go to social media, is for inspiration or just ideas in order for me to come back and implement, rather than trying to use it as comparison, or trying to use it as a way to I don't know, be self-righteous, or just bring extra attention to myself that leads to, like I said, vanity and vexation of spirit. So um that's really the main point, bro. I just want y'all to just stay down for the journey, because I really can't explain this pivotal point in my life. I just know a lot of things are changing. A lot of people are being removed from my life, the ones that don't need to be in my life. A lot of things are being added to my life, so it's just it's a constant like um, sweeping. Like God, He's doing a sweep, and then He's bringing everything in my life that needs to be in my life. But furthermore, I definitely want to speak about not chasing. Period. Just like I said, becoming the person. Um, Even like when it comes down to relationships, whether that be romantic, whether that be business relationships, whether that be family relationships, or just friendships, period. Um, Understanding that you can just create your own environment, you can create your own garden. You don't have to settle with the cards that you were dealt, because I mean, what's the honor in settling with the cards that you have, when you can go out and become this person? You can go read this book and obtain this knowledge and apply the knowledge to maybe one day start that business that you want to do in order to change the trajectory of your family or your family's legacy. Um, like, why sit back and sit on these talents? From myself, I consider myself to be um, a handsome young man, articulate young man, with dreams and aspirations, and I stay in a great city, with a lot of resources. Like, why am I not tapping into my full potential? Like, simply ask yourself that today. Like, why am I not tapping into my full potential? Is it because I'm afraid of being perceived? Is it that I'm afraid to fail? Is it that am I having limiting beliefs? Like, just identify what's holding you back, bro. Because, like I said, 63 days, a lot of things can change in like 60 days. I think it takes about 66 days to build a habit, good or bad. So it's like, if you can just stay consistent for 60 days, and then you do it again and just constantly repeat that process. Every day is not going to be perfect. It's a refining process. You got to review and refine. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And then you'll look up and you have people asking you, how did you do it? And now you have the blueprint. Now you have value that you can give to them and package it however you want to package it. So that's really the main point. I'm just thinking longevity. Everything is about longevity with me at this point, because it's like I'm getting older. I'm almost in my mid-20s, pushing 30, which is crazy. But time waits for nobody, and you'll look up. If you're lucky, you might see 70, but that's still not a lot of time. So don't play around. Become who you want to become. Make sure it's aligned with God's will, because at the end of the day, He's going to do what he wants to do anyway. And it's not like He wants us to have a boring life. Of course, there may be aspects of life that are boring, but those are to show you that there's a season for sowing and reaping and harvesting, and basically, you know, enjoying the fruits of your labor. So, right now we just gonna leave it up to God, and I'm just gonna focus on being consistent every day, whether I'm in the gym, whether I'm boxing, whether I'm at work, stacking my checks, whether I'm reading, whatever I'm doing, just be consistent and give it time to develop. Give myself time to develop, and understand that there's gonna be a time where I go through a valley of despair, where I feel like it's not working, or I feel like all the hard work I'm putting in isn't amounting to anything. But I gotta understand that's where a lot of people give up. That's where a lot of people quit. And if I can just go through that and constantly refine, and review, and then just keep that process going, it's inevitable that I win. It's inevitable that I win. So that's pretty much it. Your boy Cameron Mitchell is out. I'm gonna be 24 on September 26th. Hopefully that ends up being a video of its own. Got a few things planned, so just stick around for the journey. Whatever I learned, I'm gonna try to bring back to y'all. Right now, I'm reading The Psychology of Money. Just started that. That's actually a pretty good book. Real quick summary from what I read. Basically, it's talking about how a lot of people think money is just strictly numbers or strictly mathematical, but money is more psychological than anything. It's more emotional than anything, and your behaviors is what determines determines how your money is made, what you do with your money, how you see money, things like that. But I just got done reading Atomic Habits. That was a great book as well. So I'm reading books in order to apply them, and then hopefully y'all see what I do with the information and how it applies to my life, just to show you that you can do it too. So that's pretty much it. If you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe if you like, and we'll be back for some more.